What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. We had a crazy week again, very big correction due to, well, at least due to DeepSeek being released. It caused a lot of panic in a lot of markets, in stock markets as well as crypto markets. But we seem to be doing all right again. I did get the chance to buy some really great spot buys. I will get into those in the rest of the video. Um, yeah, I did actually like this correction. I usually like corrections, especially with so much still bullish news around. So it's just a chance to buy more cheaper. Uh, so in today's video, I'll talk a little bit about my spot buys, my projection for the next few months, considering January is almost over, and yeah, what I think will happen at the end of February, what I think will happen later this year, and basically a little bit of the prognosis I'm expecting for the end of the year. Yeah, let's just get into the rest of the video. And also, thanks for still increasing my subscriber amount. And yeah, if you want to talk to me, if you want to ask me a question, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. But let's get into the rest of the video for now. All right, so here we are back at CoinMarketCap again. Now you see our total crypto market cap is still around 3.5. Yeah, we corrected down, but we're still a lot up. There's still, in my eyes, there's no need to panic. Actually, I would have liked to have seen it lower. Considering I'm expecting a big rise coming in the next month or two, maybe. Yeah, the lower we go before that, the better for us. It's short term or medium term, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, not really focused at day trading, but more call it swing trading, call it spot buys, call it dollar cost averaging. The lower we go now, the bigger our magnified effect is later on. So yeah, for this correction, I liked it. I managed to buy both Sui and Solana on the cheap. I did not buy Bitcoin because I didn't think the percentage drop was big enough, and I already still hold quite a bit of Bitcoin, so I focused my attention elsewhere. But it's basically my approach. It's stress free. I like to buy what according to my gut feeling as well as my strategy. So yeah, just Bitcoin didn't make the cut this time, but I'm still waiting. If we drop down, if we do correct down further, I will buy more. I still have cash on the sides, taken, or I still have cash on the sidelines sitting there from profits I've taken and both my monthly deposits. So uh, either way is fine. Either way, I'm prepared. Either way is good. So for now, Bitcoin's sitting at 103. So we have actually topped out above 100K again, which is fine, which is good. Ethereum still, well, holding, not holding strong, but it's holding. If it does drop down further, I have not bought a lot of spot Ethereum lately. So yeah, I am looking to increase my Ethereum position as well, because I still think Ethereum will stay second place, at least for a very long time. XRP is closing in on it fast, but for me, I hold some. I intend to increase that position, but not enough to overtake my Ethereum position anytime soon. So I think there's a lot of hype in XRP as well. So I don't know. I will increase the position, but I'm more focused on Ethereum for now. But in today's video, I wanted to talk more about Bitcoin. Why? Because I think Bitcoin is the mother coin. If Bitcoin goes, we usually all the other coins follow. Now, well, this year and last year, I guess it's last year now. It feels later than it actually is, but the altcoins seem to struggle. They did not rise as much as we all thought would happen. But I do think they will follow along. Eventually, everything will follow along, especially legitimate projects. Projects which will attract more investors, or networks which attract more users. Eventually, over time, more money will flow into these projects. So I think it's a wise decision to spread your assets, like any investment. um, spread the risk. So I have a quick look at the bubbles, but yeah, weekly we're all in the red. Monthly, a lot of red as well, but still yearly it's grand. And I will get into the yearly for Bitcoin because I think that proves my point a little bit more. But for now, let's go to BitUnix. BitUnix is my preferred platform for trading and charting. I still really like the ease of use of it, and I do not hold my spot portfolio on it, but I am thinking of opening one because I think it has a lot of newer coins as well. And I'm not big on meme coin trading, but I do like trading smaller caps here and there with some side money, really. Not my main investments, but a smaller portfolio on which I try to make some profits, which I can then invest in Ethereum, for example. But I made a little circle on it before this, just before this video. This is where I actually, at this price point, is where I bought more Sui and Solana. Because if you overlay the charts, they're almost identical in movement, only the percentages tend to differ. But yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't manage to catch this downside because I was expecting us to jump a little bit lower before we bounced. But that goes to show nobody knows exactly when a bounce will happen. So I caught it a little bit higher, roughly around my price point, and that's where I bought more spot buys. Now you can see we are correcting a little bit. Now, do we go higher? I set a predictive line, I suppose, at around 120K, which I think will be the new big resistance level. I do think we will break this area, especially because you can see it. We did top out at a new all-time high already, and I think this level is not as strong as this level. I think with the amount, if you look at the volume of these candles, you can see that there's massive amounts of money on the sidelines. So purely based on naked price action, I think we will shoot past this level. I think the 120K is completely doable, especially with all the legislation that's being passed, all the pro crypto people being appointed in America, and basically everyone trying to jump on the bandwagon. I think the 120K mark is very doable, especially in the medium or short term. And not to basically prove my point, because history isn't obviously 100%, but if we grab the Bitcoin monthly chart, so this is Bitcoin USD, not USDT, but if we grab the monthly chart, like these prices are absolutely insane, of course, but being able to buy Bitcoin for peanuts. I mean, if we like Bitcoin doesn't, the history of Bitcoin isn't actually that long. Bitcoin is actually a rather small asset if we look on a global scale. Like the total crypto Bitcoin market cap is only 2 trillion. I think financial markets hold around 400 trillion in total. I think it's financial markets which holds that, and I think the stock market is around 40 trillion. Now, don't exactly quote me on that, but I think those are the levels. I did find this picture. I think we've all seen it before. Trading crypto can be very stressful. Trading anything can be very stressful, especially if you're using leverage and whatnot. But this is the time when everybody was saying Bitcoin's done, Bitcoin's going to zero, Bitcoin's crazy. Glad I got out of that mess. It's the same thing people said here, and of course around these areas. Now, currently, obviously, we're up huge amounts, and what I'm waiting for is this to happen again. And it feels very counterintuitive, like the panic movement of the last few days or possibly a week. If you're thinking like the little tiny correction we saw here is comparative to that, it's not. It's absolutely not. So yeah, you could say wait, but nobody knows exactly what the future markets are going to do. So that's why I do buy these dips on the way down. I just don't put in all my funds at once. I spread it out. I spread it out across budgets every month, across this different assets. So I also hold a stock portfolio. I do the exact same thing there. But if we do see a correction like this again, the price might go back to around 50 or 60K. I'm kind of hoping that it does. I do not think we will see Bitcoin at this price level ever again, or at least not for the foreseeable future. I hope we do, but I don't think we will. But let's say Bitcoin goes back to around that price point. Now, on the way down, that would be a drop of roughly 40%. But that same movement to its well, it's not, this is the all-time high, but you get the drift. It's the double movement. So if I manage to buy here and we go back to the old all-time high, I'm up 80%. Now, obviously, that will not be a straight line. That will shift down. It'll move down. It'll shoot up. It'll shoot down. But overall, the lower we get to buy, the more profit we make in the long term. Now, if we look at these years, each year more money flows in. And yeah, it can have a bad year. It doesn't matter. If any market can have a negative year, it could have a negative result. But even if you manage to buy all these little dips and the year overall for the asset ends in the red, you can still end up in profit, even though the asset itself is in the negative. And that is basically what I'm banking on will happen eventually. But for now, if we look at Bitcoin, so around last year, I actually did put a trade around here. So last year, end of January, we saw something similar as now. Like we saw a little bit of a drop and we saw a movement up. Now you can see here, we've seen some cool down movements. We saw a little bit of a drop. We're seeing a little bit of movement up. We're seeing a little bit of a drop. And now we're waiting. Is Bitcoin going to make that jump? Now, if it does make that jump, and it could be comparative to this, like another 80, 90%, which I think is high to expect it. Like I'd be happy with 20, 40%, anybody would. But I said the same thing around this area. I said the exact same thing around this area, and we shot up way past that. So that's the crazy thing with crypto. Anything can literally happen. And I'm expecting a similar movement around the end of next month, basically. So for this month, possibly a drop to this level, do see a little bit more sideways movements, but I do expect us to see a huge push up. And I think 120K will be the first level we break. That's what I'm thinking. And if it doesn't happen, it's also good. If we go lower, completely fine, because I'm thinking this. I'm thinking this movement, basically, like after we go down, I'm expecting us to do basically this. So let's 160K. I think it's very, very possible. And I did a video about Bitcoin earlier as well on my channel, but I'm expecting us to possibly do a 2x around the end of the year. So that'd be more around the 200K mark or the 190K mark. So I will be buying all the way down to this level. And if we go lower, I will keep buying, and I could buy every month. Now, I am thinking about spreading my assets on multiple platforms. So I already talked about BITUNIX. I like it for the smaller coins. And the smaller coins also follow Bitcoin and the other coins. So I'm thinking about opening more on BITUNIX as well. And possibly taking some isolated margin. Some isolated margin trades on like low level, like 3x. And just try to opening some smaller trades for these longer terms. I will wait for a bigger dip though, because for now I think it's too volatile. We've seen too many spikes, but I think it's very. I think it could be a solid trade, and dip my toes back into trading as well. But yeah, the spot buys no brainer. I buy it almost automatically, like on autopilot. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, what your vision is. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. As I said, I always welcome discussion. I always welcome opinions. But for now, yeah, I'm thinking the market itself still looks very bullish with, yeah, Trump crazy as he is, or outrageous as he is, I suppose. Yeah, you can't deny that markets react to it, markets move to it, and for crypto in general, I think it's still very, very positive. And everything seems to, all in big companies and instances and senators, whatever, everyone seems to be pushing more towards globalization of crypto. So yeah, I want to take full advantage of that, and I hope you guys do as well, because in the end, I hope for us all to make yeah, make a lot of money on these markets. All right, once again, thank you guys, and if you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to. You would help me out a lot, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys.